Hey folks, and welcome back to Glenn and Adrian's Rock Talk. That's Adrian.
And that's Glenn.
And today we're looking at a new group that does covers. This one's from Singapore. It's Gothik Serpent. They're actually still a little bit on the underground side. They've got about 2,000 followers on YouTube. This is another one that Phil Bacalzo pointed out to us. They're doing Red Barchetta by Rush. So this is a quartet. They're something of a prog band. They also have original songs. I think that there's a dedicated singer. It just came out pretty recently. So we love anything Rush, and we've looked at basically the Rush catalog, or most of it. We have a ton of Rush reactions from a year or two back. Adrian, what are your thoughts going into this?
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing a cover of Red Barchetta.
And I'm really curious about the band. Just hearing their description, and sounds like they're highly competent. It's also possible that we won't hear a note-for-note cover here. They may improvise a little bit, so I'm curious about that too.
Artistic license.
Let's check it out, and we'll discuss afterwards.
All righty.
No one knows about. He says it used to be a farm before the motor law. And on Sundays I elude the ice and hop the turbine freight too far outside the wire where my one-head uncle waits.
Wow. Well, what are your thoughts, Adrian?
Wow. I mean, that was great. I mean, they have the sound, and the vocals, and it's a woman doing Getty this well. The bass sounds so sweet. The guitar is spot on. The drums are perfect.
Yeah, I mean, they're dialed in. It sounds to me almost like a blues rock version of Red Barchetta, because they hit most of the important benchmarks they kept in place, but then they also got very improvisational. All three of them kind of stretched out a bit on it in ways that we don't hear Rush do. So they're treating it more like a song as opposed to a Rush cover, Like they're certainly doing a Rush cover, but, it's more like they picked up someone else's song and decided to play it. And for the most part, honored it. I thought it was cool in that regard because I haven't heard a lot of bands do that before with Rush material. And it made me think, gee, I wonder if this means, Annika Niles in the tour that Rush is doing later this year, if that's how she's going to drum. Something like that, where you get a lot of the benchmarks, but she'll be able to stretch out. That's kind of my impression of how she's going to be playing on this tour. I don't expect a note-for-note Neil recital from her necessarily, because she's so talented and attuned to other players. I think it's going to be really interesting.
Also, just, I guess, about the story or about the video, I was wondering what brand that car was, because the Red Barchetta, the way Neil wrote it anyway, Neil made the Red Barchetta, it's like a type of Porsche.
It's a Lexus.
That looked familiar to me, that logo, and I was wondering what that logo was.
Yeah. They don't make Barchettas, so they had to improvise there. I was impressed with how they recorded all of the road scenes, because you never saw another vehicle. You never saw if they were using a drone or something like that, which they may have been. But chances are for most of that, there was a second vehicle, probably sitting higher, because, that car sat a little low on the road.
Yeah.
Maybe an SUV or, I don't know, something like that. And looking down and getting angles from all around, from directly in front of the red car and then off to the side right next to the driver. And then they had one on the inside, maybe two even on the inside, as a matter of fact. So they did a good job with that, I thought. Very seamless.
The video was definitely, very well put together. The song is just excellent. I mean, it's not a carbon copy, but so what? I mean, this is just as good, I think, from a band, that's able to take some artistic license and change things up a little bit.
Well, they do have a little bit in here for their description. In terms of the audio, I initially toyed with adding more layers and synthesizers to the mix, but quickly realized that they clashed with Alex Lifeson's guitar parts. See, that's the issue that you have to contend with when you start changing the arrangement. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. They would build these songs and intentionally fill up the space. They knew their limits, and they tended to go up against the limits for the more bombastic parts of any song. So they found that was a little tricky. So the bass player is the one that programmed the keys. So apparently the keys were ready to go. You just launch them, and then the band starts. Kind of like The Warning when we watch them do something with a backing track and Powell launches it with their foot. From the drums, same kind of thing. And he also did the video direction and editing. And Olivia on the vocals, Dave on guitar, and he was apparently, I guess he was the driver, but also dealing with the camera and video production assistants. And then the drummer was Tao Boyer, drums, mastering, camera, he says. So yeah, it was probably a second vehicle. Could have been a drone, who knows? But yeah, well done. I thought it was cool. So a nice idea for a video. A cool reinterpretation of the song, a slight reinterpretation. They were pretty faithful, but they just gave themselves a little room to breathe, and express themselves. So that was pretty cool. So Gothik Serpent from Singapore, very good job on this song. We'll have to check out what else you do in the future.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, folks, why don't you let us know what you thought of this? And if you have any particular thoughts you think we didn't touch on, by all means, leave them below. And if you have other suggestions for the future, you can leave those as well. Keep in mind we have a Patreon that's free to join, and we put up something every week that we cannot feature on YouTube. So go check it out. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. And if you enjoyed the presentation, please subscribe. All right, thanks so much for joining us today. We will catch you on the next one. Take care, folks.
See you all later.